Alright, hello everybody. Welcome to Chapter 9 of Lilith, Adam and Eve, the Dark, the Gray, the Light. And we're going to be on Mars again. And we're gonna be, this time, it's not about the Time Warrior, though. It's the other people on Mars. Tiriel and 17. So, let's dive into that, shall we? The link to the novel will be in the description below. And I hope you enjoy these readings, and I hope you will buy my novel. Beneath the red rust sky, Tiriel and 17 moved across Mars's brittle surface. Each of Tiriel's purposeful steps stirred dust into the thin air, while 17's deliberate pace cast a flickering shadow beside him. The landscape stretched before them, marked by deep craters, remnants of a cataclysm from eons past. They traveled in silence, Tiriel adjusting his shimmering cloak, thoughts tangled with dread and resolve. 17's voice broke their silence, sharp and urgent. "You want to take down Enlil and Gadreel," 17 said, voice clipped. "I come from the future because of a dream. Gadreel and Enlil survive, but the ancient text, something's wrong. The Gnostics, they saw through the lies, didn't they?" Tiriel halted, his brow furrowing as he turned. "Gnostics?" The word stumbled out, edged with confusion, foreign to his ears. His training in the sacred place of Ki, Gaia's creation, had rooted him in truths, but human philosophies were distant echoes, lost to the future. 17's lips quirked. A wary smile shadowed his exhaustion. A wary smile shadowed by exhaustion. A thread from my timeline. A thread from my time. Don't let it snag you. Just know the truths buried deep. A needle in deceit. I've planned to strike Enlil and Gadreel, but I'm blind to their puppet master. Tell me, what do you know of the evil behind them? Tiriel's breath caught. He scorned the barren expanse, as if answers might rise from the dust. "Little," he admitted, his voice thinning. "Gaia's wisdom guides me from Ki, her sacred realm. Enlil and Gadreel are pawns, twisted by a shadow deeper than God's. It birthed this chaos, a force that wove Tiamat's chains." He paused, his gaze distant, as if reaching back into the forgotten chronicles of time. In humanity's infancy, our dimension was free and vibrant, a realm of harmonious potential. But Yalbadeoth, insatiable in his greed, cast a net of deception and power, ensnaring not only our world, but many others. Yalbadeoth whispered dreams of dominion and spun illusions so intricate that even the wisest were fooled. With each stolen dimension, Yalbadeoth's shadow shrouded all in a tapestry of control and deceit. 17's eyes darkened with the weight of this truth. Tiriel continued, Whether Yalbadeoth still schemes, I cannot say, but if you are looking for the puppeteer, Yalbadeoth is the one you seek. The deceiver that hides behind 1,000 names. 17's eyes flared, awe and terror warring within. How do you bring down such a power? What home did humanity have? His voice trembled, a crack in his stoic facade. Tiriel met his stare, his gaze molten with resolve. I don't know yet, he said, each word forgotten in will, but I chase knowledge and sharpen it into a weapon. Your future doesn't end my fight. Humanity had its own dimension, and Yalbadeoth conquered it. I am not aware of the exact details. I just heard it from Gaia. Good. 17's reply rang out fiercely, igniting the air between them. I didn't know that humanity had its own dimension. The Time Warrior knew his path, weaving his journey through the tangled threads of destiny. His approach was silent yet resonant, each step an echo of defied fate, while 17 was marked by a certain brevity, and Tiriel's dialogue often carried a weight of philosophical depth. The Time Warrior's speech bore an urgent, clipped cadence. His mission was clear. Align forces with Tiriel and 17 to confront the cosmos' shadowy conductor. The urgency in his steps and the resolve in his eyes spoke volumes, defining the symphony of emotions that drove him. The defiance that defied even despair. 17's somber determination and Tiriel's resolute contemplation. Together, they formed an unbreakable trinity of purpose, determined to unmask the evil that was pulling the universe's strings. Who approaches? Tiriel's voice cut through, steady but taut, his staff raised. The moment shattered like glass. A figure shimmered into being. The Time Warrior, sudden in a thunderclap in the hush. Dust pureated around his armored form, his eyes blazing with urgency beneath a crystal diamond mask, laced with mercury and strange, forgotten metals. We must ready ourselves, he barked, his voice rough as splintered stone. I have stirred the hornet's nest, and they're coming fast. 17, you heeded the dream. There's much to unravel. But battle crashes first. The wind howled as if he knew darkness was coming. They sensed Mars bracing for the approaching storm. Tiriel gripped his staff, his etheric core humming with power drawn from Gaia's will. 17 rallied his soldiers, lasers, and mercurial weapons glinting like stars in the dusk. The Time Warrior's scepter sparked a beacon of defiance, its etheric light pulsing with divine fire. The crimson sands braced for blood. The Time Warrior's thoughts churned as the sound of rustling sand whispered, haunting memories of his past. Fragments of 2030 flickered like ghosts. Ilana's cold laughter, her dystopian empire of ash, dirt, and metal tongues, drones swarming under a wounded, bruised sky, pleading amber at dawn's strike. Her betrayal stung. Her allegiance was to an unseen evil, a shadow beyond Gadreel and Enlil, an entity weaving time and space. The Time Warrior scanned the horizon, scepter humming with pent-up lightning. Sidious mares remnants, he growled. AI drones, Ajiji stragglers, and something worse. Anunnaki tech, wrapped by the same shadow that claimed Ilana. They hunt us, drawn by my challenge. His voice hardened, flint against steel. We end this here. 17 soldiers formed a perimeter, their rifles casting sharp beams across the dust. How many? 17 asked, his tone clipped, eyes narrowing. Hundreds, the Time Warrior replied, his mask glinting. Numbers mean nothing against our resolve. He raised his scepter, its etheric light flared, and a ripple of divine force pulsed outward, stirring the sands. Tiriel, your staff, channel its power. 17, your men, aim for the drone's cores. Tiriel nodded, his cloak shimmering as he stepped forward, staff aglow. For Tiamat, he whispered, a vow to the world Enlil and Gadreel had chained through Yalbadeot's orders. 17 barked orders, his soldiers, lasers, and mercury bullets locking onto distant glints approaching drones, their metallic hum rising like a swarm of locusts. The Time Warrior's mind flashed to Cody's life, a future torn by war, and 17's labs, where his clone's resolve was forged. He was synthesized by a future country, yet the evil he sought eluded him. No gods, he muttered, gripping his scepter. Only shadows to shatter. The first drones crested the ridge, eyes seething like embers in the gloom. Behind them the Ajiji warriors marched, their jagged armor glinting with cruel intent. A pulse of Anunnaki tech, electromagnetic and merciless, crackled through the air, making the hair on Tiriel's neck stand. As the waves of machines advanced, Tiriel felt his heart pound heavily against his ribcage, his grip tightening around the staff until his knuckles turned white. The Time Warrior swung his scepter, releasing a wave of etheric force that howled through the ranks of the machines. Metal shrieked and buckled as the drones crumpled. Tiriel's staff blazed, its energy slicing through Ajiji armor like a comet's tail. Yet his breath came in sharp, ragged burst, a stark reminder of his own fragility amidst the chaos. 17 soldiers fired, lasers and mercury bullets punching through drone hearts with surgical precision. But the ground quaked, and a new shadow loomed, a towering construct, Anunnaki forged, its form pulsing with dark energy. The Time Warrior's heart sank. The Shadow's servant, he rasped, raising his scepter. I'll meet you again. I need to trail to see what dark forces lie ahead. As he turned away, a lingering question stirred like a whisper in the wind. Would the light of truth survive the shadows of deceit? The doubt lingered, as if the universe held its breath. Hello, everybody. I would like to thank you for listening to me read Chapter 9. This is the novel Lilith, Adam and Eve. It's on Amazon. I will leave the description and the link below. Trying to think here. Tell me what your thoughts about it are. If you liked it, if you are liking the whole thing, what chapters you like. I don't know. I'm just waiting to hear feedback from people. I see a lot of, I've seen people are viewing it. Like, share, I'd appreciate that too. La 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 la. Other than that, this has been a Chapter 9, Mars, Tiriel, 17, and the Time Warrior production. Lilith, Adam, and Eve. The dark, the gray, the light.